All right, what's up, gang? Hello, Alan. Hello, Casual. Hello, Apple. Good to see you guys. What's up, Johnny? I'll be popping in and out over the next hour. Hey, Marinero, what's up? Where's my gameplay? There we go. Good to see you guys. Sorry for streaming so late. I know some of y'all are living in time zones where it's like borderline the morning for you, so I apologize. Sparkly stopped by despite having to go to see the basketball game. What time does it start? Let's see, Celtics game. Kickoff at 5 p.m. And the Celtics lead, the Knicks lead 3-2. Oh, shit, so you might get knocked out. Damn. Johnny's pulling for the Knicks. You and Sparkly are at odds. Sparkly's a big Celtics fan. Are you just from... You just like Boston, right, Sparkly? You're not from there, I don't think. You just like Boston being like, you know, white people Atlanta. It's hard to repeat a championship. It would be... it would be good for them to be able to do a repeat because of Jason Tatum's, how sad his situation is. Although Jason Tatum is very cringy at championships when he wins, apparently. My Twitch is a few seconds behind and it's making me anxious. Oh, shit. This is loud. Sorry. That was getting on my nerves. I'm in a little bit of a bad mood. I'm just going to be honest with y'all about where my headspace is. Toei Animation, which is the company that makes One Piece, which is my favorite anime because it has very like revolutionary tendencies, are doing a full overhaul of their workforce, trying to replace as many people with AI as possible. And man, it makes me sad because it's one of those things that reminds you that even revolutionary, like anti-capitalist art is still coming to you through a capitalistic pipeline. Yeah, it's sad because it bastardizes the work as well. Yeah, and Duolingo AI too. I mean, it's just such a bummer. It puts me in a bad mood. I'm going to try to be silly today and be funny and upbeat, and we're going to have a good time. But starting out, I'm not feeling as quippy. I'm a little bit sad. I'm pissed off about that. Cuz I love One Piece, man. It's such a like, you know, they're spitting in the face of what that art means to people. Last week I was fully convinced we would do it. Also, bro, my cat tried to steal my oxtail. Your cat has good taste, Sparkly. You really can't blame her, can you? I'm in a bad mood too. It's okay. We can have a bitchy day. I appreciate that, Marino. Yeah, we're gonna have a bitchy day. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit grumpy. But you're also mad casual. Okay, good. We can just all be mad together, and we'll sit in this online forum and just be pissed off. That's the idea. I don't want to see Luffy pull a mango out of his ass and grow locks and locks of hair. I don't want to see even Alan, like even you, who's not a big One Piece fan. Like it's so sad, man. And to be clear, like I don't know if y'all know how the animation pipeline works, but you have, you know, you have the key animator, and then somebody comes in and draws like the in betweens, and it's not even just like AI interpolating the in-betweens. It's like straight up AI making the storyboards. Which is like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You're adapting manga. Like, you have storyboards. Anyway, it's shitty. Favorite chip flavor ever? Which chip flavor is your favorite, Casual? Sadly, my cat just passed away, though it was her time. Damn, that sucks, man. How old? How old was she? Also, what's her name? Let's put a name to the kitty. I'd like to know. My teen sim looks like fucking Natalie Nunn. I don't know what I've done wrong. Make her give her like chicken tech. She can peck things with her chin. Maybe that can be her primary weapon, primary way of defense. A little like, you know. I don't have the chin to do that, so I can't emphasize the joke. I kind of look like an orc. Whoops. Whatever. I feel like Will lack life. I don't. That's a person. Will lack life. Will lack life. Or is that just a typo? Also, actually, no, I don't want to say that. That's too morbid. Never mind. Orcs mentioned. Rah! Hell yeah. I was talking about orcs the other day. The other day, meaning yesterday. Orcs being birthed in Lord of the Rings. Wait, where can I find the picture? Anyway, if you've seen Lord of the Rings, you know how they come out of like gelatinous pods. Alan was eating frozen milk in a cup yesterday that looked like the orcs being birthed. It had like a bulge. It was so disgusting. we respect it though. I'm trying to draw the Sukuna Maharaga stare down, but Sukuna as YN and Maharaga as NY. Drop progress pics in the Discord, Alan, as it comes along. Ads right now? God damn it. That's annoying. Her name was Sugar and she 20. Holy shit. Damn. She kept it kicking for a while. That's impressive. The average cat age is like 14, right? How old do cats live to be? Yeah, that's impressive. That's 5 years over the. Oh, this is off screen, but it says 15 years. So that's 5 years over the average estimated. That's impressive. I tried the frozen milk. The bulge is natural and it's not that bad. Oh my God. I was trying to shame Alan and I spread the propaganda. Got people trying the fucking sentient, gelatinous fucking milk ooze. Paint yourself gray and lose like all your weight. Wait, what'd you say? I think I might be NY for Halloween. Oh yeah, that'd be great. That would be really fun. You gotta get like some prosthetics for your head, make it real big and fucked up, and then your body would look smaller in comparison, like the juxtaposition. I don't think you have to lose weight for that, Apple. You just have to make your head big as fuck. It's all about perspective. The milk wants to escape. Let's look that up. Why does milk bulge when you freeze it? When you freeze milk, the water molecules within the liquid form ice crystals, causing the milk to expand and release gases. This expansion leads to the formation of air bubbles, which can cause separation and spoilage of the milk over time. It's normal for the fat to separate from the rest of the milk during freezing. Interesting. So it's like, I guess that's like all the fat and stuff being condensed and rising with the bubbles, I suppose. Hey, or maybe y'all are just getting the milk fired up. Maybe it's turned on a bit. Honestly, I'd rather lose weight. I don't want a big head. It'd be kind of funny to have a big ass head on Halloween, though. I had let me see, make sure I don't show anyone's messages. Give me 1 second. I went as a bobblehead to Halloween a couple times because my dad and I made these big ass masks. Let me see. I can just pull one up. Did I drop it in here? Whoa! Holy shit! I didn't see all this crocheting stuff, Marino. These are sick. I haven't been in the Discord very much. That's wicked. Oh, look at the sushi. That's so cute. You're really talented. This is great. There's separatable elements. Those are sick. Anyway, where did I put it? Oh shit. Oh, there it is. When I was like 8, I wore this thing. Or no, maybe I was like 11. Anyway, I was tiny as fuck. Maybe half this guy's height. And this was the head that I wore for Halloween. And my face poked through the mouth in the bottom of it. So you can see. I'm pro bobblehead tech. Yeah, those are sick, Mariner. No problem. Talent deserves praise. That's horrifying. What you mean? It's badass. This shit is sick, man. Come on. You wouldn't want to give this knocking on your door, trick or treat. And you see this? You know I was getting more candy that Halloween. These motherfuckers were afraid of being eaten. These are sick too, Alan. I saw these as well. I peeped it earlier, but I wasn't on stream at the time. Trying the Loomis method so far. It's kind of cool. It helps me structure the actual head, but with the face, I feel like it's too confined. Thanks for the recommendation. I guarantee it will help, but as of right now, I'll probably only use it for like freehand, and I barely draw completely freehand. Yeah, that's fair. There's the Loomis method is just like the beginning stages. It's just a step towards understanding constructive drawing, just breaking things down into their primitive shapes. Because then you could draw like different heads. If you were drawing like an orc, fan service for Marinara, you could have do the Loomis method for the normal face, and then you structure out the shape of the jaw before you start drawing in the finer details of the face. But you find your way that makes you draw the most efficient. There's not really like a fixed way, in my personal opinion. If that thing knocked on my door, I'm kicking it down the stairs. Yeah, low-key, I didn't realize how scary it would be for this thing to be. Oh, these are my Mike Wazowski drawings for anybody that didn't see these. This is Mangyekyo Mike, and this is Mike Wazowski mogging. So just wanted to show that off. Because the other thing too is I was so like, you can see that there's a kid under here. I was so small that the perspective of an adult looking down, like you wouldn't see my face. You would just see, you'd make eye contact. You'd make eye contact with these eyes. So it probably was pretty scary. I didn't think about that. If I saw that as a kid, I'd cry. Honestly, as an adult, I might cry. Dude, y'all are so afraid of monkeys, man. I never thought that even once when I was a kid. I was like, dude, monkeys are wicked. Or I guess it more qualifies as like a Yeti. I've been a big fan of Yetis ever since I was a kid and I went on the Yeti ride at Disneyland. Disneyland. I thought this thing was so cool. Realizing now I didn't really understand what it looked like. Anyway, I went on the Yeti ride when I was a kid, where you go up the tracks and then it's broken at the end and it makes you go in reverse. Some of y'all might have been on it before. Anyway, I became a big Yeti fan at that point. I just pushed my grandma down the stairs. Did you take out some life insurance on her? There's steps to these things, casual. I might use it for the YN fan art though. Only YN part. NY is too distorted. Yeah, that's fair. I think NY would be funnier if its like head was all fucked up with the proportions and whatnot. Love the fact that I'm a monster fucking pervert to all of you. That's a good legacy for me. The fact that it's white is what's scary. I think. Well, it's a Yeti. The idea was that for it to be a Yeti. Let me get my dad. Hold up. Where's my phone? We made a bunch of these, or he did. I just helped him. But he made like an elephant, an ant. Can I get one second? Let me text my dad. Can I get pictures of all the masks you made for Mardi Gras? I miss my dad. I'm excited to see him. Anyway, if he sends me some while I'm on stream, I can pull them up. They're fucking sick, to be honest. Marinara, as a monster fucker, what's your top one monster? Which one is the most alluring to you? I fucking hate New Hampshire weather. I'm sweating my balls off, and I'm literally in a tank top and shorts inside. Next option is a strip and belly dance in front of a fan. I swear to God, I used to do that tech. New Orleans is like primo swamp ass location, and they have those like air coolers where they're under a window and you can sit on them. Those are pretty sick. I've definitely, back when I was like 11, I remember being at my my buddy's house and free balling on his AC. Fortunately, no one walked in because it was like low key it was not in his room or like a hidden place. I was kind of in the living room with just swinging bag. You know what I mean? I watched a Yeti movie and that shit scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Peak trauma right there. I don't know. I was never well, to be honest. I I was really like not a fearful kid. I'm more scared of things now than I was when I was a kid. And I think that's because I was introduced to most monsters and scary concepts through Scooby Doo, to be honest. And it was always like more silly and wholesome. And then at the end, it was like just some fucking guy in a suit. So I was never scared of any of these things. Any doob heads in the chat? Anybody Mac on the Scooby snacks that they used to sell in Ralph's and stuff when you were a kid? I'm a big doobie guy. Not talking about weed, although I am into that shit too. Hit the Luffy shirt dance. I swear to God. Luffy shirt dance. Am I bugging? I'm a big One Piece fan. I don't know what that is. Luffy shirt dance. Oh, I do know what this is. Yeah. I forgot about this. Yeah, this was a weird trend on TikTok for a second. People would put like funk music over it with him with the Brazil thing. Yeah. That was cute. Kid Luffy is adorable. 4-year-old brother keeps telling me that Bigfoot is real and he lives behind our house. You might want to start trusting him before you get ripped in half, casual. You don't know about the guy who claims that he fucked Bigfoot? You don't know about him? Man in relationship with female Bigfoot news. Yeah, there we go. This is a bullshit news source. This website looks like ass, but I do know this story happened. A dog trainer in Western New York claims he was sexually molested by a female Bigfoot in one of the most bizarre, not safe for work 5-minute videos I've ever seen. Pretty nuts. Anyway, I think this guy got interviewed by Andrew Callahan. Let me see. Guy who banged Bigfoot, Channel 5. Shout out to Channel 5, one of my favorite YouTube channels.
You have to go through to be in touch with the Bigfoot like I am. I mean, nuts as it sounds, I'm just telling you the way it is. If I do something they don't like, I'm going to get spanked. Yeah, this is paradise.
Last episode at a Bigfoot conference in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's getting spanked by Bigfoot. This is the guy. Isn't that sick? There's a lot of people who say Bigfoot, fuck them. Hey, human beings are wishful thinkers, I suppose. Zombie apocalypse was my biggest fear. When I was a kid, my biggest fear was probably like, honestly, quicksand. That's like a pretty regular thing, but like quicksand, cankles. I just thought they looked nasty. Honestly, that's it. I wasn't really afraid of anything else. I even loved spiders back then. I was like, I wanted like a pet tarantula. I always wanted the zombie apocalypse until I realized how fucking terrifying it would be. Yeah, what the hell? The zombie apocalypse would suck. I'm grabbing a pistol immediately. And for myself, not for the horde. Plot twist, it's some homeless guy with a fur coat outside your house. True. Maybe this guy had one too many bottles.
Stacey Haslett, who claimed to not only
got a bit drunk, vision was blurry. You realize a lot of zombies are going to be butt naked. That's true. What if it was like, dude, a lot of zombies would be like naked old people too. And not to hate and be, mean about people's appearances, but honestly, being eaten by like naked grandma, I think would incentivize the killing of myself even more. That would be, you would feel the bite marks coming out of your face or whatever, but you would also feel the sag like touching your arm and torso. I would not be into that. One day when I was 10, I went from I'm going to do this and this to survive to I'm going to immediately kill myself. Yeah, I think you get older and you're just like, well, life is great and being alive is great and life has many wonderful things to offer, but like I'm trying to live, I'm not trying to survive. Survival isn't what it's cut out to be. Like, why do I need to be around? Who cares? I'm not going to be having fun. The only joy that the apocalypse would have to offer is maybe the occasional goon. That's it. Like nothing, everything else is going to be ruined unless you're with your family and friends, but like most of our family and friends are off the map immediately. Presuming you're like one of the last survivors, like that's all you have is like the occasional goon, and maybe you could find some like chicken noodle soup in an apartment store that didn't get like raided immediately once the apocalypse started, if you're lucky, you know. TBH, I watched 28 Days Later, and that changed my whole view on the apocalypse. I need to rewatch that movie. They're coming out with 28 Years Later pretty soon. It looks gas. Yeah, 28 Days Later is freaky too because they're like fast. Fuck that. Well, fast or slow, I think I'm killing myself either way. Although if they're slow, I think I'd be more cowardly and it would take me longer to kill myself. But if they're fast, I would like immediately. I'm bipped immediately. First case of a zombie spotted in blank, 3 rounds into the roof of my mouth. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think so. You got to give it longer than that, Alan. Like if there's a zombie that's out in like, I don't know, in the like Eurasia area, but they quarantine it and get that shit handled, I'm hanging around. I have like enough faith in the system to see if they can manage it. But if it gets like fucked up, you got to wait till like one of your family members has to die first. Think about it like a conspiracy theorist. Ignore it until somebody you know has interfaced with it, like Republicans with COVID. I would def give it my best shot as long as I had some kind of like insta-kill, like a pill or something, so I could opt out of dying if I'm cornered. Yeah, like a cyanide pill in your tooth or something. I feel the same way. Although I think the best you're going to get is a gun. I'm not jumping off a building, though. I think I would be too pussy to jump off of a building and I'd end up getting eaten. I think, unfortunately for me, I am fodder. I'm going to keep my meat fresh until they catch me, which sucks. Worst zombie apocalypse. What's your take, Unc? Gotta be good to see you, Schlatt. I'm happy to have you here. Gotta be World War Z looked fucked. The movie was ass, but I remember I was like 14 and I saw World War Z, the zombies crawling up the wall, going up the wall. This shit, buddy. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Seeing some shit like this on the news, I am going to jump off a building, actually. No parachute. I'm going to splat on the ground. I'm doing meal prep for the zombies if this shit goes down. Are you kidding me? Fuck no. You make them desperate and energetic? Although, I think, like, honestly, The Last of Us has to be up there for worst as well, because it's like intelligent zombies. They got like a horde that's a hive mind. Dude, intelligent zombies have to be the worst. So like The Last of Us would be that, like the mushrooms. And then I would go World War Z after that, I think. Also, the most fucked thing about The Last of Us is it's the spores in the air. So it's not even just being bitten. Like you could just breathe it in. That's terrifying. Nah, it's the I Promise Them Women. Wait, well, I'm reading that wrong. Nah, it's the I Promise Them Women saw I Promise Them Women saw that I immediately made up my mind that I'm not trying to survive yet. The Last of Us is the most realistic. Yeah, the other thing about the apocalypse that makes it not worth it is I'm not really trying to live the rest of my life being paranoid. Because at best, you sort of spawn in to a place where you have a commune that you can join immediately off rip. But if you're like Dolo, or even with one person, and you're going through, you can't trust anybody. They're gonna kill you and take your shit. Motherfuckers will become cannibals quickly. We've discussed cannibalism many a time on this stream. People are more comfortable eating people than you think, especially if they're desperate. I have psycho prepper stuff going on. What's the point of that if I don't try, you know? What kind of prepper shit you got going on? You got like a, what do they call it? Like a boogie bag, Marino? For the uninitiated, a boogie bag is a bag you have of just your most core essentials that you could grab and leave your home at any point. And preppers call it a boogie bag. 2 questions. 1, how long are you going to stream? And 2, high stream. I'll be on for maybe like a couple hours. And also, I can't do a high stream because I don't have any eddies right now. And to go buy edibles, I'd have to get off stream. So not today, unfortunately. I had a friend over and we split some edibles and we used up all of them, unfortunately. No, I think jumping off the building is the absolute last result. That's what I think too. Although, I don't know. I don't know if I can muster up the courage to jump off a building, to be honest. I think that they would drag me off of the edge, like someone trying to stop me from killing myself, but then they would eat me. They'd be like a, cannibalistic ER or therapist or whatever. Also, imagine having to not only watch your family member get eaten alive, then have to kill them again once they get back up. Yeah, not happening. Y'all think you could kill your mom if your mom was a zombie? Do you have it in you? Or just any loved one, for those of you who are going to be like, I don't have a mom. Okay. You win the Saddest Life Award. Sorry, I'm just bullying y'all a little bit. I'm kidding. Yeah, definitely easier to find a cure though. Pretty much has been solved by the player base. Yeah, I mean, I never played The Last of Us all the way through, but I do know the whole. It's so funny, people trying to the whole point of the story. What makes it poignant is that they were going to make a cure from Ellie, and he forsake the human race for his daughter. That's what makes what he did impactful. But people that are just Joel stands are like, no, actually the science doesn't work out. It's like, yeah, dude, it's because game devs wrote it, man. They don't know how that shit works. But the story beat's supposed to be the same. I got asthma, so if it's World War Z, I'm safe. Bug out. Oh, bug out bag. Yeah, that's what it is. I called it a boogie bag. So I wanted to add some funk into it. Made it sound more fun. This is the perfect time to get 7 Days to Die because we're talking about zombies. Oh yeah, I do need to buy that game. Let me see. Although I am just gonna keep playing Schedule 1 today because I don't feel like thinking that hard, and it tells me what to do, and then I just run around and do it. That felt targeted. I know how the internet works, Apple. I know you guys. 7 Days to Die. It's funny, just recently, I got back to reading my comments on TikTok again. Because I got really overwhelmed for a while. I got way too many followers at one time for me. And I felt overwhelmed. But I eased myself back into it. And there's a lot of, I met you guys on the internet. And I have a blast talking to y'all. And there are other really funny people in my comment section. But holy shit, man. Some people, I don't know. It's like you say something and you set up $50. I don't have that right now. I thought this was $20. We'll get it. I know it's been so long you've been asking me to do it. I'm sorry. I owe Amazon $350 because of late fees for a payment. So can't afford that right now. My bad. Anyway, I'll post a video that's setting up a bit, and then someone will take one sentence from it and respond to it in an out of context, most bad faith interpretation they could possibly have. It drives me crazy. Or people, you can say bad things that have happened to you in a way that's funny. We all do it all the time in here. That's a lot of what this stream is. But you'll have people in your TikTok comments be like, I don't know. And I delete them, or they get moved in the filtered comments thing. On the video that I posted the other day, I had about how white YouTubers turn down Ancestry.com sponsorships because they know they got that slave owner lineage. I had people I don't know, bugging out about I don't even want to say it on stream, honestly. Never mind. I'm going to abandon this point. Motherfuckers on the internet can be annoying. That's the point of what I'm saying. I apologize for the ramble. I'd get a bag full of speakers, then call it a boogie bag, blasting Fetty Wap till I'm eating. Hell yeah. 1738. The amount of bites it takes to eat a fully grown man. That's what Fetty Wap was singing about. Oh my God, he's the prophet. The Lisan al Gaib. It was Fetty Wap the whole time. Happy to have you back, Johnny. Debt stream is goated. Yeah, all my streams are debt streams, unfortunately. I dropped 3K on this fucking PC setup to tell dick jokes on the internet. Some TikTok commenters are actually so stupid, especially those like Mason. Yeah, true. You see someone with like a Salt Life sticker on a truck in their fucking profile picture. It's just the worst thing you've ever read. I saw like, okay, fuck it. I am going to talk about it. Okay, I posted a joke that was towing the line of it's about like a controversial topic. It's about people who descend from slave owners. So whatever, it gets like that's a red hot thing on the internet, I guess. But I feel like I towed the line in a way that was good because it was funny. It was about about YouTubers turning down Ancestry.com sponsorships because they know they got that slave owner lineage. And if you don't know, when you get sponsored by Ancestry.com, they run your blood work. But I had all these white people in my comments being like, why would I ever feel ashamed of something my lineage did? What are you talking about? My grandpa, okay, yeah, my great-great-great-grandpa might have owned people, but he also did like a bunch of really important, cool stuff for like schools in the South. It's like, bro, I actually need to have a zombie apocalypse happen and get your brain out of your head and like palm feed it to the zombies. That is what your brain is good for. Your shit is like, your body should be used for composting. Sorry, that's a bit extreme, but it did drive me crazy. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, try to be funny on the internet, man. And these like weird Nazi people come out the woodworks every time for me. I think that's just the culture that we're living in now, unfortunately. But holy shit, is it a bummer? Because I'm trying to kick it with like people like y'all and have a good time. And it's just so much brain dead discourse from these. Yeah, they show their ass every time. Exactly. I'm like, get the fuck out, man. No one like, what the fuck are you talking about? Also, you're so clearly like feel ashamed of what your family did, which you should. I mean, don't like kill yourself or what. Like, that's not, we're not even having that conversation. Like, it's completely like a straw man complaint, you know? And you have this guilt inside of you that you haven't reconciled. So you decided to double down on the validity of the value of slavery. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Anyway, I don't really want to get deep into this because it's not fun for me to talk about. But anyway, that's what was annoying me about my TikTok comments. Happens all the time. I'm very German. It's a daily struggle. Johnny. Between caring about heritage and caring too much about heritage. Exactly. Johnny, you're a normal lad who might descend from the Fuhrer. It's okay, man. It is what it is. You're normal. Like, that's a normal response to my jokes about that, you know? I descend from it's not as heinous as the South and stuff. I descend from some of the people who were like the criminals of the potato famine days, just like robbing and extorting poor, starving people. That just is what it is. TikTok commenters try not to be low-key racist for 2 seconds. Challenge impossible. Yeah, fucking crazy. That's why I had to stop streaming on TikTok Live, too. It's like, man, just the worst people in the world joining. It's such a bummer. Because I want to have fun, but whatever. It's fun. BRB. All good, casual. See you in a bit. I'm now the intolerant left. I will tell racists to end it all. Fuck yeah. Fuck the whole what does a tolerant left even mean? I mean, that was just like a straw man argument that Republicans use of being like, oh, so you don't literally want to burn gay people alive, and yet you're mad at me for doing Sig Heil? So much for your tolerance. Like, yeah, dude. It's not about tolerating hate speech. What are you talking about? That's so stupid. My great-great-grandparents met in the Fenian Brotherhood, tried to invade Canada. What? Love that, though. I'm not ashamed of them. Holy shit. I don't even know what that is. Fenian Brotherhood. Fiend. Sorry. Fenian Brotherhood. The Fenian Brotherhood, also known as the Irish Republican Brotherhood, was an Irish nationalist organization founded in 1858 with the goal of achieving Irish independence from British rule. Damn. The Irish Republican Brotherhood. That's crazy. I don't like, my family wasn't even legit. My whole family, they weren't a part of organizations or anything politically interesting. It was like a bunch of drunkards that were just like killing and robbing people. That's my lineage. They didn't make their mark on history. They don't have names. They're just, robbing people and dying in bars of liver failure, all the way up to my great-great-grandfather. They're goated, honestly. Yeah, that sounds badass. I literally descend from someone who killed like 5 people in a bank robbery in 1970 something. And obviously, I think it's despicable, but I'm not being weird about it. Yeah, dude, you're just a person who exists. Our past isn't our responsibility to justify. Like, that's the thing that those people have. Like, you can be like, Anderson Cooper had the best reaction because he found out, I think, that he descended from slave owners, and his whatever great-great-great-grandfather whatever was beaten to death by one of the men who had freed themselves. And Anderson Cooper was like, hell yeah. Nice. Beat that guy's head in with a bottle. He deserves it. That's great. That's all you need to do and think to be normal, you know? It's not complicated. Like, people, I don't know. I don't know what makes them bug out. I literally descend. Oh, I already read that. My bad. No relic member. No relic. Remember, they call it a Roman salute. Yep. And the Nazis got it from the Roman. That was such a stupid thing that they said. So many justifications. You're actually being ableist because Elon Musk is you're bullying an autistic man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You're infantilizing the richest man who descends from the spoils of an apartheid state. And you're like, he's sweet, yo, baby. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Those people need to be shown the brazen bull. Am I safe to Google that? Brazen bull? Hell yeah. I can do it for you. Brazen bull. This is a bull that put people in. It's basically just an oven. Basically. Frontly. Pretty much. Dude, why are these images all so small? Okay. You get it. There you go. Shout out to the goated, like, school textbook era. Hell yeah, this is sick. Anyway, this is what it was. The steam would come out of the nose and whistle like a tea kettle. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just kind of like for the vibes. Oh yeah, here we go. We have a breakdown. They would enter through the trapdoor. The victim is placed inside the hollow brass bowl through a trapdoor in its back or side. Hear the bull roar. The victim's screams leave through the nostrils of the bull, sounding like a bellowing roar of the beast. Modify their screams. A series of pipes in the bull's head amplify and distort the victim's cries. The heat from the fires turns the bull into an oven, slowly roasting the victim inside. Oh, so they cook him on like low to medium heat. How you should do, you're not doing them like a steak. You're not trying to get a sear. You want that slow cook through the middle. That's nutty. I didn't know that. We talked about torture devices so many times on this stream. That's another relic staple, I suppose. My favorite is always, and I always forget the name of it, but it's like the evil eggplant torture device. Where's it at? Yeah, there we go. The devil's egg, that's what it's called. They put this thing in your ass and then they crank it. Pretty wicked. Yeah, you want to do a low to medium heat on the human being inside the brazen bull. Nutty. This is like some Saw Trap shit. I don't know. The first time I saw this, it just made like an impact on on all the folds of my brain for some reason. I never forgot it. I think as it's sort of like elegant in design. This is like torture on the go. You can put it in your backpack for a long day of walking. And then you can bring unimaginable suffering upon your enemies. I kind of like it. Have you ever needed to torture a guy, but you don't want to drag along a whole brazen bull? You need 2 horses to do that. Introducing the devil's egg. What you want to do is restrain your enemy, insert it in his ass, crank about 3 times, and boy, will he be hooting and hollering. Shut the fuck up. No, I don't want to sign into Reddit. Fuck off. Oh, no. This is still working, right? Oh, shit. Dude, can y'all still see me, or am I just frozen on my end? I don't want to turn off my computer. Let's see. What to do if your computer freezes? Or PC, I guess I should say. Try a soft restart by pressing Control-Alt-Delete. If that doesn't... Control-Alt-Delete? That didn't do dick. Okay. All right.